My name is Sky Elaine Elizabeth Bogan Huber, and I was brought up in Rose Bay. And when I finished school, I did a number of jobs, but I wanted to do nursing, and my mother put her hands up in horror and said, "It's horrible." So I went to art school because that was my other thing that I wanted to do, was art. She couldn't afford it, and then I ended up going to Eastern Suburbs Hospital and doing general for 4 years it was. And then I did obstetrics for a year, and then I specialed, and then I met my first husband and got married. I'm not very good at picking husbands, I don't think, and he was alcoholic, and I had to go. And then I was by myself for 8 years, literally by myself for 8 years, and I met my second husband, and in between that my mother passed away, and we bought a house up in the mountains, and we were happy, except my husband had a bad case of his problem with gambling, and he was very assertive and very reactive, and we lost the house. And then 3 years later, when we had to move out of our house, he went to the doctors. He had cancer of the brain. He died, and I had to move again. Put my name down. It was 5 years, and I got the community housing, which I was very happy because it was a really psychological thing to feel safe. I felt more protected. I was left with a very empty feeling. I think when I got the community housing, that did a lot for me. And I was still sort of getting over, like I felt like I don't take drugs, I don't take alcohol, I don't smoke, but I felt like I'd been drugged. I felt like that for many years. It's really only the last couple of years that I've got back to normal. I never wrote any poetry till about 8 years ago, and I started writing all this poetry. And the art, I started doing the art because when you've got 3 children, you don't have time. You've only got about a fifth of yourself. Everything's for the family. Then you have to learn to do things for yourself. I helped out with a couple of charities and things like that, which made me feel good. Funny, my son gave me a plaque, and he gave it to me, and it says, "Life isn't about finding yourself," which you madly try to do. You try to find yourself again. Life is about creating yourself, and that's how I've looked. I close the door and make the place my world. I feel like I was helping and encouraging and assisting other people getting on the bus. And then when it came to the end, to myself, the doors closed, and I got that very empty, lost feeling as the bus drove off. Pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and try to start all over again. Well, that's the story of life, isn't it, in many degrees.